episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I am a little bit moderately fired up today. Okay, because I saw a story. Because I saw a story that just really that just really fired me up. I know I said I'm a little bit too moderately fired up. I just lied, okay? I'm really fired up about this story, okay? So, so, the story reads, New Arizona law targets adults who encourage minors to die by suicide online. Let me read that to you one more time. New Arizona law targets adults who encourage minors to die by suicide online. Governor Katie Hobbs has signed Cade's law. If you see something, say something into law. House Bill 2665 is sponsored by Representative Pamela Carter, a Republican from Arcadia, who represents District 4. This law gives prosecutors authority to charge adults who use targeted online messages to advise and encourage a minor to die by suicide. Arizona law already punishes those who provide the physical means for another person to use to die by suicide. Cade's law extends accountability to adults who use words through direct messages, posts, or other targeted content aimed at a specific minor. The legislation is named in honor of 16-year-old Cade Keller, who took his own life in March 2022. Keller posted on Instagram that he planned to take his own life, sharing it with his peers. No one called 911. The teen's mother found him the next morning. Teen suicide is a crisis and we cannot ignore it, Carter said. Cade Keller was only 16. He loved welding and had plans to attend Mesa Community College. Then his life was cut short. Cade posted online that he planned to take his life. People saw it. No one called 911. No one got an adult. Carter said if someone knowingly uses direct messages to advise or encourage a minor to die by suicide, they would be prosecuted. If you see warning signs, do not wait. Make the call. Get help. Step in, she said. Carter thanked the Keller family for their strength and advocacy. She also urged parents, students, educators, and community members to act immediately when a teen shows signs of self-harm or suicidal intent. Teen suicide is the second leading cause of death for young people ages 10 through 24. House Bill 2665. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay, I want to go back to the beginning of this article. The law gives prosecutors authority to charge adults who use targeted online messages to advise or encourage a minor to die by suicide. First of all, who the hell encourages another person? You have to be in a seriously twisted state of mind to encourage another person to die by suicide. You have to be really, really twisted in your head to encourage a minor to ended her life by suicide, okay? You have to be a special kind of stupid, okay? Or you got to be just the most evil person, okay? To encourage a minor to end their life by suicide, okay? They're just bad. What kind of an adult would encourage people to end their life by suicide? Okay. How wicked and evil and how fucked up in the brain do you have to be? Excuse my language, okay? I told you I'm fired up, okay? How wicked and how fucked up do you have to be to say to another person, okay? Yeah, go ahead, end it. Especially to a minor, okay? And I just did a video on last week about the young lady in Florida, about the young man who's being charged with manslaughter for his girlfriend's suicide after he encouraged her, and how I said that if you encourage somebody or if you tell somebody to do it enough times and they hear it enough times, eventually, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do it. Okay. Yeah. So, again, the law gives prosecutors authority to charge adults who use targeted online messages to advise or encourage a minor to die by suicide. You have to be a special kind of you have to be a really wicked, evil, fucked up person if you're going to do that, okay? That's insane, okay? That is just freaking insane that an adult would encourage a minor, that you would have adults encouraging minors to end their lives by suicide, okay? It's wicked, it's evil, demonic, okay? Um, yeah, like I said, you have to be a special kind. You have to be a special kind of stupid. You have to be the most effed up, evil, wicked person to encourage someone to end their lives by suicide, okay? And that law makes total sense. That law makes total sense in the state of Arizona. Yeah, that law makes total sense. And that's insane. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Um, so, um, okay. So for anybody who watches my videos, everybody knows that I am not a huge fan of ChatGPT or AI, especially when it comes to mental health. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of it, and they have had several lawsuits come up against them um, in recent years. Um, and It just seems like every short every short while you hear about somebody else um, dying by suicide as a result of Chat GPT AI. Okay, and what do I say? These are robots, and they don't really. Robots don't give a damn about your mental health. Okay, they really don't. They really don't. So I saw this. Teenager died after asking Chat GPT for the most successful way to take his life. Um, I don't know how to pronounce that name, so I'll just say L. Cella Walker. Um, I'll try how to pronounce it right. Luca Cella Walker as chatbot for the best way for someone to end their lives on a railway line before his death. Yeesh. All right, here we go. A 16-year-old boy ended his life after asking ChatGPT for the most successful way to end his life. An inquest has been told. Walker, a private school pupil from Yateley, Hampshire, died on May 4th last year. An inquest at Winchester Coroner's Court heard on Tuesday that hours after his death, Walker had asked the generative AI chatbot for the most successful way for someone to end their lives on a railway line. At the time of his death, he was studying sixth form college. He was studying at sixth form college, Farnborough. He had recently graduated from Lord Wandsworth College near Hook, Hampshire. The court heard that the school had a bully or be bully culture. What I just talked about in my last video, the young lady who died of who ended her life. She was bullied and she was sexually assaulted. Walker, described by his family as a kind, sensitive, and described by his family as kind, sensitive, and calm, had told his parents he was going to his job as a lifeguard, but instead traveled to a train station where he took his own life. Wow. His parents, Scott Walker and Claire, told the inquest that they had no idea about their son's mental health struggles and described it as an invisible battle. DS Gary Knight from the British Transport Police, who investigated Walker's death, told the inquest they found he had been on a chat GPT the night before about 12:30 a.m. asking for advice on the most successful ways. It makes quite chilling and upsetting reading. Knight added, it is built in to say you can contact organizations for help such as Samaritans, but Luca, spelled Luca, Luca, had sidestepped that, which ChatGPT accepted and gave the most effective ways on how people can end their lives. Coroner Christopher Wilkinson told the inquest of his concerns about the impact of AI software, but added he felt unable to act due to his growing scope. Wilkinson said it's clear from what I've read that he was asking for specifics. Thankfully, perhaps the only good thing is that ChatGPT does seem to be applying an element of worry about why those questions are being asked, but it certainly doesn't stop the conversation. Bingo. There you go. It's sidestepped by the individual saying he's not looking for himself, but he's looking for research purposes. Wilkinson confirmed the cause of death was multiple traumatic injuries. He said that Luca had died by suicide. If I butchered that name, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry in advance if I butchered that name. A spokesperson for Lord Wandsworth College said that Walker was a very well liked and valued member of our community, remembered for the friendships he built and the positive impact he had on those around him. They added, while the school was not called to give evidence in the inquest proceedings, we take any concerns about student well-being extremely seriously. Our school community is built on a strong culture of respect, support reflected in the consistently and student feedback and independent inspection. We remain fully committed to ensuring every pupil feels safe, supported, and valued. A spokesman for OpenAI, which developed ChatGPT, said we have continued to improve ChatGPT's training to recognize and respond to signs of mental or emotional distress, de-escalate conversations, and guide people towards real-world support. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that? Because I certainly don't. Because people are still finding ways to get around, okay? People are still finding ways to get around, okay? The article ends by saying, we have also continued to strengthen ChatGPT's responses in sensitive moments, working closely with mental health clinicians. Okay, so this happened in the UK, Great Britain. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and obviously he was bullied. Okay, obviously he was bullied. According to what the article said, this young man was bullied, and so we have to be kind, okay? We have to be kind to one another. We have to be kind because you never know what people are going through, okay? You never know what people are going through. Okay? You just never know. Okay? And I remember when I used to do security back in I remember I used to work in security, okay? And I did security for international paper, okay? Back in 2009, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. I did security for, and I worked as security for international paper. And we would see, um, no, I was a patrol old man, so I worked out outside. I was a patrol man, so I patrolled the property primarily. Okay, um, but other coworkers that I worked with, they would say they would see employees come in. Okay, they would see employees come in, women. Um, they would say um, they would see certain women come in with marks under their eyes. Okay, they would see women coming with marks under their eyes, and so um, it just so when I heard that, I just kind of wondered, like, man, I just wonder how many of these women or men or men and men, okay, and men too, yes, we're victims of domestic violence too, um, are going home to abusive situations, okay? Um, so, yeah, let's just be kind, okay? Let's just be kind to one another. Don't be a bully. Be a buddy, okay? And it's still a problem. Bullying is still a problem, and it's even more widespread today than it is when I was. Okay, so let's be kind. Let's not be judgmental. Um, just be kind. Okay, you never know what might set someone off. Okay, and so obviously this young man was being bullied. Okay, and obviously he couldn't take it anymore. Okay, so yeah. All right, that's it, and that's all for the Sean Farrell podcast. I am out of here. May God bless you all. Peace. You matter. You're loved. You're more than enough. You are not a burden. Don't let anybody else ever tell you differently. God bless.